Started. Hi, everyone. It's Jillian. Thanks so much for joining. We are so excited to host you next week here in DC. So Chrissy and I are just going to run through what we're going to be doing, and then if you guys have questions, and of course, please jump in. But if you could mute your phone if you're not talking, that would be great. We're not getting any feedback, but sometimes that happens. Okay. Am I doing this?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, it's been a very busy day, and I just jumped from one call to another, so I need to switch gears here. Okay, so the Family Advocacy Summit is what we are doing next week. So, Chrissy, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is like the 10th year we've brought families.
Yeah, it's been a while that we've been doing
Yeah, I think it's at least 10 years. So this is my first one, so I'm very excited. It's a chance for you guys to all come together, get some advocacy training, and go and speak with your legislators and share your very important stories on why we here at CCAOA do what we do to advocate for quality and affordable childcare. So it is here in Washington, D.C. You should all have your flight information. If you don't, then reach out to one of us and we can make sure we get it for you, but all flights have been booked. And it's being held at the Marriott Marquis, which is right downtown in Washington, D.C. It's a beautiful new hotel. And we'll make sure we get you all of that information on how to get to the hotel from the airport. So, is this me too? Okay. What to expect? The weather. It has been very unpredictable here, especially in the last couple of weeks. So today is gorgeous, but just a couple days ago it was in the 40s, but you know, it's very unpredictable. So you should pack layers, bring an umbrella. You might need a coat as well on Thursday for Day on the Hill. Otherwise, you'll likely be in the hotel. And I was just there the other day, and it was very chilly in the area where we'll all be. So I would just bring layers. You might need a extra little sweater or something. So for the attire for the summit, business casual or casual is fine. We have told all the symposium attendees that they to not wear jeans. It's totally fine if you guys want to wear jeans, but just be aware that no one else will be wearing jeans. And then for Day on the Hill, we're asking for business attire, or dressy business casual is also fine. We have a turquoise CCW shirt to wear for Day on the Hill. So you can pair that with black pants. Chrissy has this whole thing with like, it goes really well with like charcoal gray.
Yeah, so for those of you last year, they're just about the same color, but they're a better material, which I'm very excited about. But it looks really sharp with charcoal gray, black, or like a navy, so like darker colors. But if you could like plan your outfits accordingly around those, that would be really helpful, because we expect all our advocates and our staff are as well wearing them for our Day on the Hill. So you'll be getting those.
And also the most important thing for that day is to wear comfortable shoes. There's a lot of walking involved. So even if you want to wear sneakers and then bring your like other pair of shoes for your meetings and you want to change into them prior to walking into the building, that is totally fine and encouraged, but it's definitely a lot of walking around. Flight. So I already said this, so everyone should have your flight, your train, if you're driving, all of that. Contact us if you have questions. If you are driving and when you get to the Marriott Marquis, which the address is right here, 901 Mass Ave, you will tell the valet person that you are staying at the hotel, and they will put the bill, like they'll do the parking bill onto your room, but we will cover it, so you don't have to worry about that. If you're flying, you're going to arrive at the national airport, and you can take a cab. There's signs for taxi cab. You can take an Uber or a Lyft, and just give them the address to the Marriott Marquis. You'll check in with your own name. Everyone has a room, so we are paying for your room. They may ask for a credit card to put down on the room for any damages if you use the snack bar. If anyone has any concerns about that, just come talk to me or Chrissy, and we can work with you on that.
So there's somebody that can put down their card for the incidentals?
So if you don't want to put your own card down,
Yeah, because I know that you're going to put the cost of the room for the incidental deposit, and that would be too
no,
much for
it's
me.
not. Yeah, it's not set up that way. So we are covering it. We have like a whole master bill for the whole conference. So it's really just set up for if you were to like, I don't know,
Take something from the mini bar.
take something from the mini bar or like light a pillow on fire. I don't know, like something that like
Yeah.
So
damage the room
they're not
in a
gonna
way.
they're not
They're
going
not
to
gonna
put a
charge it,
hold
and
on our debit card or credit card.
No, and
No,
if
it only gets charged if you
use
do
it, yeah, or if you
something, yeah.
order like room service or something. So
Okay.
we will confirm that they won't do that, but the room you will not get charged for the room because that has already been taken care of on our end.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm used to staying in hotels, and even if they're paid for, they'll ask me because I'm staying in the room that they want to put a deposit hold up for the incidentals, and I won't be able to afford that if that's the case because the cost
Okay,
of the room.
we'll definitely check.
Okay.
We'll definitely check, and then we'll let you know.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
And we're staying at
so
you said
for
we're
me-
staying at the Marriott Marquis.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
And they all get this, right?
Okay. Because I'm not. It said to call in, but then there was like a website to log into, but you have to install the app, and I didn't want to be late for the call, so I just phoned in.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, that's okay. We have a whole little slide deck that we can share with you.
Yeah.
That's
And
what I'm reading from.
we're recording it too.
Yeah, and we're
so.
recording it as well.
Okay.
So for our meals, we're
Mhm.
providing most of your meals. We'll have a dinner just for family advocates on Tuesday evening. It's at 7:15, and it's in the Marriott Marquis. It's the restaurant called The Anthem. You cannot miss it. It's in the It's like when you go in the lobby, it's right there.
Okay.
And that will be advocates and some of the CCAOA staff. We also are providing breakfast on Wednesday, lunch on Wednesday, and then there will be a networking reception where there's food on Wednesday evening, and then Thursday breakfast and lunch.
Okay.
So any other additional snacks or meals will be purchased on your own. You can use, so we're going to provide petty cash this year versus doing reimbursements. And so we are still working that out, but everyone should get that on arrival, right?
Yes, so when you check in, which we'll get to shortly, and then register for the conference, I should be at the registration table if it's during regular hours, and I'll be checking everyone off as I give them their petty cash. So every individual is getting $100, which should cover like any dinners you need to get, or like an Uber or Lyft or whatever from the hotel to the airport and vice versa. And if you are an advocate couple, if both of the spouses are listed like on our website and have parent profiles, so like obviously Travis and Amber, they both applied and were both accepted, they will actually get $150, obviously, because you have to feed 2 people instead of 1. So yeah, just as a note.
And then also, are the photo release form and is that in here? Should I mention that?
Oh, yes, not in here.
Another thing on arrival that you guys will sign is a photo release form and a code of conduct form. So we didn't want to deal with the whole logistics of trying to get that to you and you get it back to us, so you'll just do it on arrival, but it's just allowing us to take photos of you during the conference and then post them on either our Facebook or our CCAOA site. So if there's any issues with that, let us know. The rally, all of that, any meetings with your legislators. And then the code of conduct is just to make sure that everyone abides by, professional behavior while you're here at the conference as a guest of CCAOA. Okay, so after you've checked in, as long as it's not midnight, because some of you are arriving at midnight, and you've gone to your room, you should look for the signs for 2018 Symposium registration. We are on it's level M-4, so it's pretty far down the escalators. So if registration is open, you can check in there and get your schedule, and we'll also have your little attendee badge, and also we'll have a separate CCW, a Child Care Works bag for you. Are we giving them that then?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And it'll be at so there will be an advocate check-in area at the main symposium registration desk. So make sure that you look for whoever's manning that, probably me.
Or me. We're
Or
both.
you, yeah.
We're basically moving into the Marriott
Yeah.
next week. And again, like Christy said, if she's there, if it's during normal hours, don't expect her to be there at like, 11 o'clock at night, but she will be able to give you your petty cash, and if not, then she'll give it to you as soon as it is a normal hour the next day.
I might look for you after I've had coffee. So just going through the schedule briefly so you kind of know what you're in for when you get here. Tuesday, we're asking if you arrive in time after you check in to the hotel to go to the symposium registration desk and then plan to attend the welcome session that we have for you guys that afternoon.
What time is that?
3 to 4.
Oh, okay. I don't think I'll be able to make that because I don't think I don't get into DC till 4:30. I believe.
That's okay. It's not a mandatory session. The next day is more important. This is just a time for so the symposium technically starts on Tuesday night at I think 6 p.m. We have our opening plenary.
Oh, okay.
And
making time
so
for that.
We just thought that for people who are there, we'll just have a quick like meet and greet. It's going to be super informal. We might do an icebreaker. But you're not going to miss any sort of like advocacy training. And then and then right after that, we have an opening plenary session that's open to everybody to sort of kick off the symposium. So if you're there for that, that's fine. If you come in and you want to come to the end part of that, that's fine. It's not required by any means. It's just sort of the kickoff. Yeah, it'll run probably about an hour. And then after that, we have our Family Advocates dinner at the Anthem restaurant. So you all will hopefully get your packets and your welcome bags and your schedule and everything in advance. But if not, we will be posting the schedule, like the full agenda, on the website, which we'll get to you later in this presentation. So you will actually see, if you want to print it out in advance, a schedule so that if you arrive after all these sessions on Tuesday but want to come straight to the dinner, that you'll have that information. So you don't have to worry about that. So Wednesday, we have sessions all day for our family advocates. So this is basically the bulk of where we're doing our trainings with you all and where you'll get to share your stories and meet each other. We'll have meals, so breakfast and lunch that day with the larger symposium attendees, because we actually have a lunch sort of plenary that everyone we think will enjoy, and actually one of our advocates I think is featured in that one, maybe. We will have snacks in our room throughout the day so that you guys don't have to worry. If anyone was here last year, we had some issues making sure that there were snacks for our family advocates. So we're getting our own snacks this year. And then the session's going to end with a Day on the Hill briefing where you'll go over the legislative asks and you'll meet your team for Day on the Hill. So that's each of you will be meeting with Child Care Resource and Referral Agency staff from your state. If there is no R&R from your state attending the conference, then you'll have CCAOA staff with you. So it could be me or Jillian or anyone else on our policy team generally. And we'll be going over kind of what to expect for Day on the Hill, the legislative asks, how to make that, and then you'll talk in your teams about how you kind of want to strategize for your appointments. After that, there is a networking reception. You're invited to attend that if you'd like. This will be with all the symposium attendees. I think there'll be like light hors d'oeuvres and stuff like that. Pretty hefty food. I've seen the menu. So it could stand for dinner, and it's from 5:30 to 7:30.
Okay.
So I think the idea is Day on the Hill ends at 5:30, but we have the room for longer. So if people want to stay for a little bit and strategize with their state, they can, and then they can go over to the networking. And then you can get food. Yeah. But it's still 7:30, and then if you're still hungry.
Yeah. Then if you're still hungry, dinner is on your own on Wednesday night. So if you want to try to explore the city or just hit up a restaurant nearby, that's totally up to you. So Thursday is Day on the Hill. This is the most important part of your trips to DC, right? This is basically what we're training you for and what you guys have been, ready for this entire thing. So the morning starts with a grab-and-go breakfast at the hotel. We'll have a rally at the Capitol in the morning where we'll have some lawmakers and their staff there, and we'll be, listening to some speakers. We'll have some lawmakers coming through. And then we'll be going into our meetings with our legislators, with our R&R staff or CCAOA staff that are with us. Just as a note, there will be shuttles back and forth between the Capitol and the hotel because it's not super close. Like it was last year, we were able to walk. It was a handful of blocks away, but this year it is further, so we're going to shuttle people over. And then a large part of the day Wednesday is basically going to be how you're sharing your story with your legislators. We'll make sure that you guys are totally prepared. We have a huge chunk of time dedicated on Wednesday specifically to sharing your story and how to do that. And you'll also have copies of your personal story, the ones that are on the website, that we'll be printing out to give to you guys so you can hand those over to your legislators during your visit. So this is really kind of the crux of why this entire symposium is taking place.
It says Thursday, but then you said Wednesday for Day on the Hill in that slide.
Yeah, Wednesday is the training. Just kidding. So, yeah, sorry, you're probably not seeing the slides, but I just mentioned the training is Wednesday for Day on the Hill, and then Thursday's actually Day on the Hill.
Okay, I can see I finally joined in on the slide thing. So, but on that the last bullet point, it says a large part of our day on Wednesday will be on how to share. Okay, I see. Okay, I get it.
Right, that's when you'll be practicing sharing your story to be prepared for Thursday.
Yeah, so you'll be all ready on Thursday.
I got it. Thank you.
Did someone else chime in too? Did you have a question?
I don't know. Can you hear me? This is Christy Lamb.
Yeah.
Hi, Christy.
Oh, good. Oh, good. I'm on my phone, but then looking on my computer, and I'm like, I don't know which audio I'm talking into, but I just wanted to see what our time frame is. I'm like talking into the event. Okay. I just wanted to see what time we were going to wrap on Thursday.
So appointments, we're asking our staff here to schedule them, and they're basically trying to fit them in before 3 p.m. Some may go later if a legislator actually is free to meet with our advocates, and it's a little bit later than that. But I would say they'll be done by 4.
Okay, great. And that's our last commitment on Thursday. Then that's kind of the end of it. It sounds like 20.
Yeah. Hopefully you guys will head back to the hotel so we can, debrief you. There'll be a room on the hill too if you want to stop in there and fill out our debrief survey on how the appointments went. But if you just want to go back to the hotel, you can grab a snack there. We'll have debrief surveys there, and then you're free on your own after that. Which leads us to Friday. So most of our advocates are heading home on Friday. We do have a handful that are attending the gala on Friday night, so you'll be staying with us. There are some symposium sessions Friday, but all of our family advocates are free to go explore the city, chill and relax at the hotel,
attend the sessions if you want.
Yeah, if you really want. I have a fascinating session on childcare works that you can all join.
Yes, and then the closing plenary, which is from 12 to 2, so lunch will be served, and you're more than welcome to join that. Is another one that I am a little biased to because I've been preparing them for it. But it's with some mayors and a council member and talking about just what local communities and cities are doing in the childcare space. So it should be good. And then, but it's over at 2, and then
you're free.
Then you're free until if you're going to the gala, that begins at 6.
Yes, and so if you're going to the gala, the attire for gala is black tie. If you don't have black tie, cocktail attire is totally fine. We don't want you to go out and buy a big fancy ball gown or a tuxedo if you don't have one. If you don't have a tux, a dark suit is totally appropriate for men, or like I said, a cocktail dress for women if you don't have a long gown. And the gala is actually in one of the ballrooms in the hotel, so there won't be any travel or anything in between. So, yay! Thank God for small favors. You don't have to wander the city in your heels. Oh, sorry. Okay, so what are we advocating for? So I'm just briefly going to go over the asks now. We will cover them more in depth with some more background at Symposium and during our pre-brief session. So don't be stressed if after I go over the slide, you're like, I still don't really understand what we're asking for. We will have plenty of time to go over this. So our 2 asks are full funding for the Child Care and Development Block Grant for fiscal year 2019. You guys may have heard that we got a really nice increase for fiscal year 2018, which is the budget year we're coming into. That's great. We're really pleased with that. It is not quite the full amount that Congress promised in a recent deal that they passed through both houses and the president signed. But because those deals aren't actually binding, the money has to be allocated in the budget. So the remainder of that deal that we didn't receive is $1 billion for CCDBG in 2019. So that's what we are asking for. This means that CCDBG would be fully funded according to what HHS put in their budget request when the Child Care and Development Block Grant was reauthorized in 2014. You don't need to know all that background. You just need to know that we're asking for $1 billion in 2019, and that would be full funding for CCDBG for that year. Our second ask is the Child Care for Working Families Act. We're asking legislators, if they're not already a co-sponsor, to become a co-sponsor on this legislation. We're thinking of the CCDBG ask as almost like a down payment into the Child Care for Working Families Act, which is really robust funding and it's really going to put early education and child care settings on a good footing and hopefully really help pretty much every family who needs child care and who needs access to early care and learning. So we're really excited about this legislation. It's going to be a heavy lift, but we are asking for co-sponsors, so that will be your second ask for the Hill. Right now, it is only Democrats that are signed on, so we're really looking for some bipartisan co-sponsorship here. So those of you that have Republican legislators, you might have a little bit of a harder ask, but we'll have talking points for you on that.
Okay.
Okay. And just some frequently asked questions, and I'll let Jillian go over a few of these.
Okay. So one is, I'm new to advocacy. How will I know what to do in my meetings with lawmakers? So like we said, that's what we'll be preparing for all day on Wednesday. You'll learn how to share your childcare story. You'll be sitting with, during one of our sessions, we'll have breakout sessions where you'll be sitting with staff from CCAOA who are going to help, we're going to really help you get your story down concisely and make sure that you know what your ask is. You do not have to worry about making appointments with your legislator. We are in the midst of taking care of that for you, and you'll get a schedule of your meetings at the Day on the Hill briefing that is on Wednesday afternoon. Will I have any free time? Your days, so you'll mostly be in sessions, especially on Wednesday. It's a full day, but if you still have some energy at night, you're free to go out into the city, but we do expect that you will participate in all of the family advocacy events. So I'm bringing another question. I'm bringing a guest with me. What will they do? So some people had asked if they could bring their spouse with them at their own expense, and that's totally fine. They are welcome to stay with you in your hotel room. And we also are allowing them to join in on the sessions and your Day on the Hill meetings with your lawmakers, and they can eat all of the meals. We do need to get them registered. So I think that I have done that for everyone that told me they were bringing their spouse, but if not, please contact me or Chrissy as soon as possible if you haven't done that already.
Okay, so those were sort of the basics of what to expect, what we'll cover, kind of Day on the Hill asks. We do have all of your parent profiles finished, and we have the full FAQ section of all of the questions we've been getting up on the Child Care Works website. So that URL is childcareworks.org/2018 Symposium. If you are driving or you're just on the phone and not looking at this and not on a computer, if you just go to the Child Care Works site, at the top of the page, there's like a big banner and it says like learn more about the symposium. You can just click on that and it'll take you there too. So you don't have to worry about memorizing that URL. But that has our FAQs and it has every single parent story along with the ask and state stats all laid out. That's actually what we're going to be printing for you, and you'll be able to hand out to your legislators after you share your story with them. So because your story is really the most important part of this, we want to make sure that you have something to hand to them that they'll remember, and it has your email on it, except for in 2 specific cases, so that they can contact you if they have questions. We want you guys to be comfortable with this. So if you want to look at it and familiarize yourself just with what it looks like, that would be great. We also have our frequently asked questions there, and I'll be posting the summit agenda there in case you want to print out a copy if you are arriving really late and don't know where to show up in the morning. We'll have that up there as well so that you'll kind of have a heads up before you get here. Okay, that was kind of the gist of what we wanted to cover with you guys. I'm sure we have questions. Does anybody have any burning questions they want to ask?
I was told to ask, is there a budget for paying for childcare while we're away?
Unfortunately, no,
Okay.
there is not. We are going to provide the stipend, the $100 when you get here,
Okay.
but otherwise, no.
Yeah. Okay. And then other question.
I think someone else had a question too.
Oh, I had a question. I wasn't sure if she was still asking. Okay, so my first question was, what did you guys start paying for the hotel?
Sorry?
What did you guys pay for the hotel? Because I'm coming early. I'm just making sure.
Oh,
So
gosh.
the hotel is paid for, so we coordinated with your flight time. So if you're arriving on Monday, then you have a room on Monday night. If you're
Okay.
arriving on Tuesday, then your room starts on Tuesday night. So everyone's is different. So
Okay. Also,
there should be no issue with that.
on Wednesday, do you know what time we start on Wednesday? Because I got a meeting inside of the White House at 8 o'clock, and I'm trying to figure out what time our stuff starts that day.
Oh,
Okay, who is this?
This is Danielle Morin.
Oh, hi Danielle. Okay, so there's a breakfast from 7 to 8:30 with the full conference attendees that you guys should participate in because that's where you'll get your breakfast. And then our sessions start at 8:30.
Okay. Okay. I'll figure it out. And that's Wednesday.
Yeah. So Wednesday we're in sessions you should assume that we'll be in sessions from 8:30 to 5:30. And then after that is the networking reception. There aren't really there's breaks built in, but they're not breaks long enough that you could like leave the hotel and do something else.
Yeah.
like get food,
It's
go to the
like
bathroom,
it's like a half an hour,
get an
a
extra
couple
sweater
times.
in your
Yeah.
hotel room if you need.
Okay.
Go Danielle.
Uh-huh.
I said go Danielle for your meeting.
Oh, I thought you said so, Danielle. Oh, thank you.
Does anyone else have any questions?
What's the address to the Marriott Marquis?
So we're gonna send all this to you, and it's in the slide deck that we showed. So we'll make sure that it's emailed out. But it's 901 Massachusetts Avenue Northwest.
Okay.
Northwest is very important.
Yes, because there could be one. And exactly
don't want to end up
southwest. You don't want to end up there.
or northeast or southeast for that matter. You definitely want to be in Northwest.
Okay, 901 Massachusetts Avenue Northwest.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
If you tell most taxis that it's the new Marriott, they'll know. But
The new Marriott. Okay.
yeah, it's like only a year or so old, right?
Okay.
It's very nice. It's a really nice hotel.
That's good.
So we'll be sending out the PowerPoint, the link to this webinar call, and probably just kind of links to the agenda and stuff, just so that everyone's kind of getting prepared. But we're really excited to have you guys next week.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited for this opportunity. Very excited.
Awesome. And obviously, if you guys have any questions between now and then, you can email myself or Jillian. You should have our emails if you don't see them on the screen. And we're obviously happy to jump in and answer anything that comes up between now and then.
Awesome. Thank you. This is
Thank
Dita.
you all so much for your work.
Hi, Dita.
right.
How are you? It's Jane.
What's up? Hello.
I said hi. Yeah, we're really looking forward to. I know Chrissy's met some of the advocates who've been in the past, but I'm looking forward to meeting everyone
Totally.
in person. We've spent so many weeks emailing and talking on the phone, so it'll be really nice to all be together.
I know. Totally.
we're looking forward to it.
Yay.
Yay. Great.
Okay, well, if there's no other questions, again, just feel free to email either of us. We'll be checking, well, I will be checking all weekend. I'm assuming Chrissy will too. So
Pretty much, yeah.
don't worry about that. And we'll see you guys next week.
Okay, thank you, ladies. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye,
Take
everyone.
care.
Bye.
See you soon. Bye.
Bye.